Hey there, everybody. This is our preview for the Blacklist, Season 8, Episode 12. Guess what? The title is Rakitin. Doesn't that mean this has to be like a reasonably important episode?
Somewhat reasonably. I mean, he is kind of a new character, but he's been, pretty prominent.
He's been around. We have already said he is the bearded Tom Keene. You take the beard away.
I know, he really looks like it. It's not, but he really looks like him.
Wouldn't that be a twist? Tom was not dead, and secretly all this time he just grew a beard and he's been wandering around in the U.S. government.
Right.
Well, we have a number of things to talk through here. We've already kind of come up with some theories as to what could be happening when it comes to Harold Cooper, his fate amidst what is going down, because it seems like there's at least a teeny chance here that this character could meet his untimely demise.
If Cooper meets his untimely demise, I am so done. And I'm not actually going to be done. I'm going to come back. I'm going to be really mad.
Well, make me spit out this coffee. This is Grounds and Hounds. This is valuable coffee.
It is valuable coffee. It's so good. If you guys have not had Grounds and Hounds, we really like this brand like a lot.
Yeah.
They help rescue pups, but on top of that, it's so good. And we just got a whole bunch of it today. So we're just like, excuse us while we drink our coffee with you guys, because, we can't stop.
No.
This is our second pod today.
Yeah, it's not even sponsored. We just really like the coffee.
We just love it.
All right, before we get into anything else here with the preview, if you guys do like this video, subscribe to the channel. We posted a review for episode 11. Captain Kidd. That's all I'm doing. I'm retiring the pirate voice.
Yep.
Temporarily. Okay, but yeah, subscribe to the channel. You guys don't want to miss anything else we got coming up.
And also follow us over on Instagram, Matt and Jess TV. It's a little less TV, even though we got TV in the title, and a little more sort of just about us. So if you want to follow us over there, that'd be cool too.
Okay, so I feel like we have been asking this question for the better part of 4 weeks now, whether or not Harold Cooper is gonna die, but they've actually brought stakes into it now in this promo.
Yeah, I know. So this promo has got me a little bit worried. I don't think he's going to die, but I mean, I'm a little nervous. I also didn't think that we would be in a position where Liz has been gone from the show for so long after 8 seasons, but I'm here. So things do happen on this show.
Okay, the promo, it shows the man from the East talking with Reddington, so clearly these two guys, they're hooking back up in some way.
Yeah, and Reddington is telling him to stop what he's doing, but he's not going to stop what he's doing. He had given Reddington time to get it under control. They had that talk in the last episode. Reddington cannot get it under control. But, I mean, bigger pictures, man from the East doesn't understand that Harold has told a bunch of people. This is not going to be resolved by getting rid of Harold, so spare him.
The thing that I guess is slightly interesting to me about the man from the East Reddington sort of relationship, it's like the man from the East is sort of like the babysitter who is brought over by the parents, and they're like, take good care of this kid, don't let them get anything unruly or have any sort of trouble. But Reddington is the unruly teenager, and he's trying to figure out exactly where in the world he's gonna try to get one over on this guy. And he's like, you're not the boss of me, man from the East. And the man from the East is basically like, yes I am, I'm at this house, you have to do what I say. It's fun watching the two of them go back and forth because neither one of them really have any authority over the other.
So are you worried that we're actually gonna lose Cooper? Not only just in this episode, but this season.
No. I'm going out on
what I'd like to hear.
I'm going out on a limb here because it just feels like we have a season 9. I think Cooper's one of the most important characters on this show beyond Liz and Reddington. I think he's extremely important. He's known Reddington for a long time. I think the part of this that's so curious to me right now is Reddington begging the man from the East to call it off because he understands he wants to keep his operation locked up? Or does he really care about Cooper? Is there a soft spot in his heart?
Yes, he cares. He cares about Cooper. The bigger thing I'm curious about is because I do have a theory that Reddington is bigger picture. Whatever is going on is bigger than himself. It's bigger than Liz. It's bigger than Cooper. It's bigger than everybody. So if he has to sacrifice Cooper, I have said that I think that he will, because this is a project he has said that he's been working on for 30 years. This has been going on for so long, and if it is not at the finish line, many people have died for whatever this project is that Reddington is working on. People that he's cared deeply about have died for this project. So will he let Cooper die if that is going to continue on the work? I think he will. He won't like it, and he'll feel bad about it, and but he will push forward in this. He's lost a lot already.
I think there is a worst case
Please
scenario.
don't come for me in the comments.
Okay, see, it's okay. It's okay. I know how Harold Cooper is gonna end up surviving this. I say this, and I've probably just doomed him to death. But okay.
Because that's the other thing about this, right? If Reddington steps in and he knows that this is happening, he steps in and he saves Harold. He's blown everything that he's been doing all this time with the Man in the East. So that it will all be done.
It is a delicate situation because yes, Reddington can't look too much like he's trying to save Cooper amidst all of this, because then he will sort of expose himself as either working both sides or tricking Russia so that he can stay with the side of the U.S., which is your theory in part. But I'm going to throw a theory on top of everything here for this episode, and that is that we know that Reddington, in order to sort of figure out this situation with Cooper, he probably needs a little bit of help. And he may need help from an unexpected source. Like, it can't just be Dembe. Everyone expects the Dembe Inquisition. Like, he has to find a way to bring someone else in. We know that Agent Park owes Reddington because of what happened earlier this season.
Yep.
I think that Park could sort of be the person who Reddington tries to throw into the fire, whether it is in an official capacity or he's sort of like, I need you to stop, this horrible Man from the East squad who's coming in to take out Cooper. You got to go and do your crazy bloodlust thing all over them.
No, I agree. I think he's going to call in Park to, pay out her favor. And while she may not really like doing it for Red, she owes him. And, she likes Cooper. So I think if she can help Cooper, she will. But it's the thing that I'm mostly wondering about, too, is, Liz has got to come back at some point. And she's the person who gave Cooper this drive. Now Cooper is in huge trouble and might be getting killed. I feel like Liz is not necessarily bigger picture. She's got very specific things that she wants accomplished and she wants done, but not at the expense of Cooper's life.
I think Liz would not let Cooper die. Maybe that is me sticking my neck out way too much for Liz, given that the whole plane crash scenario earlier this season, which I still can't get past. But I do think Liz loves Cooper. He's been a father figure to her. He's been a mentor to her. I don't think she would let something bad happen to him. I don't know if that means Megan returns in this episode or if it just means like Liz sends somebody in order to help Cooper.
Yeah.
I want to see Liz in this episode.
Yeah,
it's time.
Really, really done with this. I know there's lots of people out there that have enjoyed her not being on the show. I am not one of those people. I like the dynamic between Liz and Reddington a lot, and the show doesn't feel the same anymore. And I'm not saying that it's bad or good. It just doesn't feel like what I've been watching for all these seasons, that they've built up this huge mystery of what is this relationship between them, and then they just plucked one of those people out of it 8 years later, and I'm like, where am I? What is happening now? So it's time for her to come back.
Here is my beef with Rakitin, the episode. We have not even had to talk about Rakitin, the character, for like 9 minutes here, and it's interesting that this is the episode they name Rakitin, because he's a hacker. He's not a kidnapper. I don't think of him as, like Bastien Moreau, one of those crazy assassins we saw in the past. Like, that's not who Rakitin is to me. You don't call it, be like, Rakitin, I need you to extract an assistant director of the FBI.
Yeah, I thought it was really weird that the Man from the East was bringing in Rakitin to actually go and take someone out, because he has been introduced to us as, first and foremost, this hacker that is gathering information. And yeah, he's capable of doing other things, but why are you going to bring in the hacker to take out a hit on somebody? It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Does the man from the East not have a very big organization? Should he be, like, putting out ads on LinkedIn or something, being like, looking for trained assassin?
Yeah, I feel like he probably can get somebody that's more qualified for this.
That's what I'm kind of weird about here, is that we don't really know a lot about who this man from the East is. He's apparently so powerful that he thinks he's got Reddington under his thumb, and yet Rakitin's the person he sort of goes to.
Yeah, and all we really know about him, like, we don't know a lot about him either. We know that he is this hacker. We know that he does help bring information, but we also know that he's kind of a little bit of a clown when it comes to some stuff, where we saw that he tried to do that whole fake of the death, whatever, and Reddington was like, "Oh, no, dude, get back in your clown car." And so now this is the guy that the man from the East is going to send out. He's going to put him in the clown car and send him off honking his nose and pieing people in the face. Like, it's very strange.
I would like to see Rakitin pie the man from the East and
I
get
know
all
you
that
would.
pie, like, stuck in that facial hair situation.
You really like a pie in the
It is
face.
great. Always funny. Okay, the only other thing I'm thinking about here is... You almost lost your grounds and
I
house
did.
there.
I
Okay.
lost my grounds and house.
Okay, see, we don't know a lot about the man from the East. We also don't know a lot about Neville Townsend. I don't even know if
No.
he's in this episode, but it is kind of weird. We have sort of like this almost like Cerberus three-headed dog big bad right now with Liz, man from the East, and Neville. 2 out of the 3 people, we don't really understand their backstory. We barely understand their motives.
Yep.
I don't get Townsend. We'll see if he's in here.
There's also this weird thing about it that Townsend just seems to, like, really trust Liz with everything. It's very strange. It's gone from, like, nothing to everything all at once. So there's a part of me that's kind of wondering, with everything that's going on with Harold, that if Liz finds out about it, if she's unable to help, that maybe she's gonna convince Neville that he needs to step in and get this done to further some other plan.
I'm very curious to see what happens. This is the last episode, seemingly, before we go on another very brief hiatus. So let's make it good, Blacklist, as though you guys haven't already filmed it and edited it and all that other stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
Give us your thoughts, your predictions for Rakitin, the episode below. That's not really, it's just Rakitin. But anyway, if you guys do... I'm trying to make it dramatic here. On this week's The Blacklist. NBC used to have that as like a promo guy. Okay, subscribe to the channel to get more updates, and if you want to support us more, check those links to the store, our Patreon. We'll see you here next time.